Passes 3-0 with one abstention.
Here it is.
And appropriation ordinance 1511, the additions to. Entertain a motion to approve them. Can we approve that with that? Those words struck there at the bottom of page 2. All in favor? Thanks.
Where are we right now?
Thank you.
You still need a motion? I move to
Yep.
approve.
All right.
Come on, people.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the additions to appropriation ordinance 1511. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Michelle,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
and Justin. Yes. Passes 4-0. Public concerns or comments?
I was wondering if you hired a maintenance worker yet?
No, we have,
Or
no, we have
Well-
not.
Do you don't think that there would be somebody to be able to clean up? We're gonna have the fall festival in October. We got grass and stuff growing on Main Street sidewalks. I'll take care of my own. Somebody came over and did weed whack my petunias, which I didn't appreciate because they were in full bloom. But there's quite a few grasses and stuff growing on the abandoned, well, they're not abandoned, but they're neglected. And so maybe we could just take care of the sidewalk, make it look a little nicer. So I imagine most everybody will be down at the park, but they'll come up there for the parade.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, yep. I will pass that message on to Mike. Any other public concerns? All right. Moving along, Clayton Camlin, Public Officer.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I'll give you a couple. You guys get to share. All right. Yeah. So I'll hit just on a couple of them, and I know the blighted property that's going to come up later, but I'll go ahead and sort of speak to it now, and then if you got any questions. So, so the first three pictures are Deb's property today. The second three are from August 25th, and the third set of three are from May 8th. So, bottom line, the some progress is being made. And I'll let her speak to the other piece there. The front looks a little better. Certainly, the pallet structure is basically gone. Not a bunch of progress in the back. And I'll let you guys talk to her about, steps forward and whatnot. The other property, Joel's, the 106 Mulberry. On the 19th, the mayor and I stopped over. The mayor had told him that he would stop, so we went out there and talked with him. He has made some progress, and he's got it sounded like a realistic plan to get some additional progress in the next week or two. So that's those are the two blighted pieces. I'm going to talk real quick about just a couple others, just so you guys have awareness. 204 East First Street, John Benson. So follow up there. Wabunsee County does show, I confirmed it, that it shows John L. and Cynthia A. Benson as registered owners. It's not just his name, but so haven't made any other progress. I wanted to ask you your feeling, and you don't have to necessarily give an answer now, but would you be okay if I went out to the VA and spoke to him directly? So again, you can consider that or whatnot, but I know we don't necessarily have to, we can sort of move forward, but I kind of feel like that might be a nice thing to do and see if, there may be a piece to this that, oh, hey, contact my sister, my, whoever, I don't know.
I don't see a problem with that.
I'm always in favor of speaking to them first.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do. I'll just make a stop there and speak and talk with him direct. So, and maybe I'll see if if Mr. King, his neighbor, if he's going to go, we can go together or whatever. So anyway, okay.
So you got back up.
Yeah. Just make him feel better. So the next piece, the vacant lot on the northwest corner of 2nd Avenue and Locust. Daniel Gatewood is the registered owner, and on the Wabunsee County, it says care of David Mers. I did send a letter, haven't got a response yet. That's the lot that Wabunsee County has contacted us on with some concerns about activities that are going on there. So, what was it that you had?
So
You-
about
you
that,
found something else.
that same property, apparently the house is on the blighted property list. It now has a privacy fence that wasn't there before. That was just something I was informed of.
That's the next. That's the next house to the north, I think, on Locust.
Oh,
So-
it's not that same one?
That lot is empty, but I think it's what they're talking about. Maybe the next one, but I'll swing by there and take a peek. I hadn't seen it, so. This one again, just for information, 101 Main Street, John Foster. So I was contacted by a council member who was voicing a concern that they had from a citizen. Citizen indicated that they had a concern about a potentially unsafe condition above the sidewalk along West First. So I went over there to take a look, and the very back corner of that building, it is leaning in to the roughly south. They're probably a good foot, and what it looks like is when it leans out, it's popping some bricks out on the bottom part of that. So they're at least 2, maybe 3 inches out from their original set position. So it could be a fall hazard.
Where's this property?
That's the old bank building on the northwest corner of that building. And I know, I know that's the property. That's one of them that was on the list to consider to get renovation. But they may fall before that. It could be the case. I did send a letter. I spoke to John. He said he'd look at it and let us know. I did speak with the mayor also. He made a suggestion that may be worth thinking about. He said possibly just marking the area right underneath there with some, hazard tape or a little barricade or something to keep somebody from literally walking right there. Just something to think about. And I've got several, 3, 4, maybe 5 other letters out just awaiting response. So that's the short and sweet.
Good.
Questions, comments?
I'll address the last one first. I really don't like that last option of barricading it off. Because I live just right around the corner from there, I see people walk up and down that sidewalk
Mhm.
all day long heading to the store.
Sure. Yep.
Man, with bad weather coming, I hate to push those people out in the street, but that's gonna be the alternative, so.
There's one of the ladies that walks in the street because she's worried about those bricks.
You can
Yeah.
see them. Once I heard it and went up there and was standing underneath it, they're, like I said, they're 2 or 3 inches popped out. So it won't take much. And what it looks like is that's a facing, that brick is a facing onto whatever and I don't know if it's brick inside or stone or whatever, but I think the brick is a facing
Do you know, Brett?
and that's popping out.
There would be limestone underneath.
So just something to think about. Thank you.
you. And Aspen?
They don't want to talk to Joel.
I was gonna say, do we need
Oh.
to make some?
Oh, well,
Take
okay,
some
I'm
action
sorry.
Hold on, Aspen.
I'm sorry, I just went down the next. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Aspen.
Benson, like, kind of,
It's on here, it's just over.
Benson, we
Yeah,
kind of give
let's-
him permission to go.
Joel,
talk
did
to
you have
them.
something?
Yeah, Joel's right there, so let's go ahead and talk to him.
I'm good. I mean, after talking to the gentleman, the mayor, I know what I need to get done and I'm working on it.
What do you think the time frame will be?
Well, the stove and the dressers will be out the porch by, the next couple of days because I got to get rid of the stove I have and bring the new one in. I've already moved car park. I still got a door I got to move off the porch into the area where we agreed to. I could put them. And then just picking up the backyard a little bit better because it's gotten got a little out of control for a second.
It sounds like you and Terry and Clayton have a plan. So do you need 2 weeks, a month?
No, I wouldn't say, I don't think I need a month. I'd say a couple of weeks. I should be able to get it done.
Okay. I'll move to give him till the next city council meeting.
I will second that.
Been moved and seconded to revisit this at the first meeting in October.
October 9th.
Okay, October 9th. And any further discussion?
Was that the 9th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, Monday. All in
All right,
favor?
thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Thanks for coming in, Joel.
Thanks, Joel.
And next is Deb Pond.
I'm gonna start on the backyard. I've had a month that I couldn't use my arm or lift anything, so it's been kind of slow. I'm starting on the backyard and getting all that picked up and my trailer straightened out. But I did get that building down. Well, except for the one side of it that I got lean. Keeping the animals out of that one half side.
So like Joel, do you have like a time frame that you think
Give me a month to do the back, cause I'm still pretty weak and I still work kind of slow. I work for a while and then I gotta go rest. So if I could get a month, I think I could probably get that backyard done. I did find somebody that would help me when she's available.
I don't see why we can't work with her with the time that she needs. So I'll move to give her a month, which is October
23rd.
23.
Is that a motion?
Yep.
Second. You can have that one.
Been moved and seconded to
thank you.
revisit this, the
I'll second.
second meeting in October, on the 23rd.
Okay.
See, any further discussion? All in favor? Yes. Thank you, Deb.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And now Aspen. Sorry about that.
No problem. So I am moving forward with sending out some certified letters for about a half dozen people who still have not registered their animals. This, and I'm gonna pass this around for you guys to see, is what was worked up with Todd to send. And I had a few questions for Todd tonight that obviously I can't ask, but this would be mailed to them, certified mail, basically from the municipal court saying you violated such and such. I don't have it in front of me. And now you have to go to court, and your fine will be anywhere from $25 to $100 to be determined by the court. So I just wanted you guys to know these are going to be going out certified mail. But one of the people I'm having a problem because the utilities to the house are under one name, but the people that live there are not that. The address is 103 Mineral. If anyone knows who that is by chance, that I could mail a letter to. I'm assuming they haven't gotten my first correspondences either, because I've been sending them to one name at a P.O. box that I'm now finding out is not, they don't actually live in that house. So I don't know if it's a rental situation or what it is.
What's the name you just send them to? Can you say?
Can I say?
Yeah, you can say.
Vicky Yates. So you know who lives there?
Her daughter Mila.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a family situation.
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one, I'm probably going to go ahead and send another letter giving them 10 days to comply. And then I would send the affidavit if they didn't comply after that 10 days. So at this point, I will be sending that out to 5 residences here in town that have not registered their dogs. Is that right? No, 4. Sorry.
And you
4
said that you worked this up with Todd.
Yeah, Lisa pulled up some stuff and sent to him, and that's what they came up with. And
Well, I don't think I could comb through and find anything that he missed, so.
like I said, I just had a couple questions about exactly what I need to mail now, what would need to mail if they're like 2 separate, you know what I mean? I had a few questions for Todd about it, but
The only thing that I would suggest is when you send your 10-day thing, tell them what day it starts.
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, they could say, oh, well, I didn't get that, so my 10 days hasn't started yet.
Exactly. That I'll probably send that letter certified mail. That way we have documented that date of when they get it. And then I had something else, but I guess I didn't write it down, and now I can't remember.
What became of the potbelly pig?
Oh, that pig was gone. I've got brand new
Flew the coop?
issues with that property. No longer a pig, but yeah, some other issues. I mean, they have an unregistered dog. I will be mailing them a letter about that. But now I'm getting reports that the conditions that the dogs are living in are bad. So I'm gonna have to go and investigate that and see. Also been getting some noise complaints about that particular dog, and I think it's because it's not being fed and stuff like that. So there's a couple of neighbors that have made noise complaints about that dog now. So I'll be following up on that this week. And then also, I remember what it was. So I tend to get phone calls, stopped at the supermarket, stopped at the football game. And that time adds up over time. So I was hoping that, can I document that time off the clock and have Kelly put it in my time cards? Or because last week I would say at least a dozen people stopped me and we talked for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? And that's like an hour that, so I was hoping we can document that off the time clock somehow for me.
Yeah, I don't know as much of the method, but I mean, absolutely,
Okay.
if you're spending, you know, your personal time doing.
Yeah,
things
and I
for the
mean
city,
phone calls that I'm
yeah.
taking at, you know, whatever time of day, I might get a call and then I might follow up on it on my lunch break, or, you know, I can't always get here to clock in to do things that I need to do in a timely manner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, please,
Okay.
please try to capture that. however.
awesome. I'll start trying to record that stuff too then. And that's all I got. Okay. Did I get my thing back?
Oh, I had noticed
It's
that
down
the
here.
dog was gone.
Yes.
Yeah, it was- that's-
He went home to his owners.
Hey, Tim,
That too is so we have for our impound fees.
can you pass that down?
I was hoping to waive the $25 general city fee. So just charge them the $75 impoundment fee for their dog because they're new to town. They had just moved in when their dog went missing. And they happened 6 weeks. But yes, I said the same thing. I feel like they could have, which is why I'm not advocating for waiving the fees altogether. I would just like to waive the $25 general fee and just charge the $75 impoundment fee for that one.
Does that need a motion? I mean, if Aspen's suggesting it, then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably something we can just agree on, but by the same time, if you want to make a motion, that's
I
fine
think
too.
if we can just agree on it,
Yeah.
on it.
I think we're good.
Okay. Sounds good.
So,
And they have other dogs that they'll be coming in to register as well. You know, I gave them the whole lowdown when they came to pick up the dog about, you know, getting their dogs registered and getting their rabies vaccines and stuff like that in. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously they had no idea about any of that. But yeah, one of their kids happened to walk by going to the gas station and heard him barking. I was like, I think I found our dog. So,
Well, hello.
mhm. Oh, he was happy to go home too. So we were happy he made it home because
6
had-
months in the pen.
I had I had found a friend of mine down south that was willing to foster him while we could try to find a place for him. So that's where he was going to be going within a couple of days, and then he could have been off anywhere. You know what I mean? So we're glad they came and found him when they did. So, but to follow up on the vet thing with euthanizing, that contract with Auburn is null. It's not good. And so at some other meeting, we'll be revisiting the idea of partnering with possibly a different vet for something. Terry is pretty adamant about us not housing these animals for very long. I can't say that I share the same sentiment, but it is something that I'll be looking into and we'll probably be talking about at a future meeting. So.
Well, yeah, I would touch on that. I kind of lean towards how you feel, because if we wouldn't have kept this dog, it would have been sent and euthanized, and then
Yes. Yeah.
And I've offered in the past to provide food and stuff for animals so that there's no cost to the city. So, I mean, it's up to the council, of course, what you guys want to do.
I did want to ask you. I had saw on Facebook that somebody had taken a dog to the Humane Society from Eskridge that they had found. I didn't know if that was maybe an option for us.
So it can be. I cannot take them in as an animal control officer for the city of Eskridge. I could
An employee, a different employee.
No. I could take them in as just a citizen, like, hey, I found this dog driving down the road. Here you go. But I could probably only do that once. You know what I mean? Before they'd be like, this lady finds a lot of dogs. That she, you know.
You're right.
So because I've spoken to the people at the Humane Shelter or Humane Society, and if they have openings, they're more than willing for me to bring them in. But as far as just like showing up with a dog, like most people would that just find a stray dog, I can't as an animal control officer. We would need a contract with them saying, you know what I mean? They were willing to take our dogs, blah, blah, blah.
I think that's worth
So,
reaching out to and
Yeah.
asking.
well, and that's what I was talking about as far as getting something to replace what we once had with Auburn. Because, like I said, Terry wants something in place. So, if we could do something with the humane shelter, that would be perfect. Or if we could reach out to a different, you know what I mean? But it's going to be finding. If we go through a vet's office, it's more than likely going to be we'll keep them for this long before we euthanize them.
So Auburn is no longer with the agreement we had in the past. Are they not willing to?
No, they're not. They don't do that anymore. No. So, yeah. Anything else for me? Okay. All righty. Thanks.
And Robin here, I haven't seen her.
Robin's not here. She was here. She wasn't. She had to leave. She wasn't feeling fantastic. So there was just a couple of things that she wanted me to mention. One was she went to look at the trees at 254 Ponderosa that we spoke about at a previous meeting.
Boozer?
I'm sorry.
Boozer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so she went out there and there's a total of 14 trees to be removed. And she said that, you know, they should be approved to be removed. And they were marked. She has pictures of them if you guys want to see them. The other thing under comments was the gravel. She says we need some gravel in the dam and spillway. I guess they're,
Oh, washed down again.
yes. So, yeah, potholes.
Speaking of which, I don't know if anybody has instructed anybody, whether it be Mike, Jim, or her, but I think it'd be a great time to spray like the gravel parking strips that we put in for the campers, and I think we should get that sprayed because it's all getting swallowed up.
I have talked with Robin about spraying out there.
Does she
and
have
I-
access to the spray and aim a sprayer?
That's the problem is that, and the reason why they're not sprayed right now is because she doesn't have anything but a handheld sprayer. So when it's empty in about 10 minutes, she then takes it down to the city shop and she waits for Mike to mix up another batch for her, but that could be another day later. So if she could have access to like the four-wheeler that has the sprayer on it, she would be able to have maintained it all year long already and would have. But we had also talked about, I went to the obnoxious weed and got information on what spray to spray for the jasmine and different things that we're taking over the shoreline. So she's aware of spraying that needs to be done and she'll do it. She just needs
But
access.
to get the four-wheeler out there, how it's on a trailer, I assume.
I assume we have a trailer. I mean, I don't know how they get it out there to have sprayed before.
Little red truck have a ball.
I think so. Easy enough to get from the loan to the rear.
That's nothing else. You can drive it out there. Everybody else drives their four-wheelers.
Oh, they have hitches, yeah, they do. Not seen them there before. Not about one before.
Anyway, I agree. I think it needs to be sprayed now.
I would like to give her access to use that and get that done because obviously it's not been done and needs to be.
I'm in agreement.
What do you think, Michelle?
Yes.
Is this spray the kind of stuff that would kill bees?
It's actually,
It's actually the stuff that we
Yeah, it's
spray
good.
around the sewer ponds and stuff, I believe, that they mix up that they
Yeah.
say is, I don't believe that any spray is,
it's eco-friendly.
but this is supposed to be eco-friendly.
So I want to have a high.
It's not like Roundup or anything like that. There's a bunch of ivy, of poison ivy that needs sprayed too. I don't know if it would kill it very good now since it's not the growing season.
I don't know about that either.
A lot
But I
of
know
plants
that
wake
that-
back up this time of year and they absorb more.
And we're gonna have a couple weeks of sunshine after we just got that gully washer, so I think plants are gonna be growing. Around that rearing pond, poison ivy all around that damn rearing pond.
Yeah. All right. So I guess just leaving it to pass it on to have Robin
Yes.
spray.
Somebody's gonna have to figure out, how the logistics of her getting the 4-wheeler and not taking it when somebody else is needing it, whatever. That's
That
always
seems
gonna
to kind of be a problem too right now with the red truck. Because when I spoke to her, she had came to work a couple times when Clayton was already out working, so she just turned around and went home. I don't like that. It's unavoidable, really.
Sure.
Yeah.
A comment there. I actually talked to Mike because I asked him, hey, is there another truck that's usable? And he said, yes, there is down at the lot down there. And I said, well, that might solve at least a little of that conflict because I've had some of the same thing where I've come and she's using it, and obviously we can both use our personal vehicles, but I can't speak for her, but I would rather not do that for several reasons. But
And you shouldn't have to
That's fair.
because we have vehicles.
anyway,
So,
if there's another vehicle, that may make it really good.
And I told her that too. I mean, I know we have the white truck down there that used to be Drew's.
Mhm.
And then I don't know if that gray old one is still working and running. I know it was at one
Jim's old
time.
truck?
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to shoot craps a decade ago, but I know it was still running. I don't know if it still is, but I mean,
no,
just if either one show up when the other one is in the red truck, I mean, they can, in my opinion, they can go down and get the other city vehicle because we don't have anybody hired using it. Now, when we have, if that changes,
It's a
then
temp-
we get
yes.
into another situation. But
yeah, I don't think we should limit the equipment that anybody uses. I mean, once you're a city employee, you're given access to the things that you really reasonably need to complete your job. So,
Just because she doesn't work 40 hours, she does work some hours.
exactly. So,
I think probably a little bit of instruction on how to mix the stuff. I don't want her just eyeballing it and,
yeah.
I don't know if the bottle has any instruction on it or whatever, but I want to make sure she's not spraying too much,
Yep.
more than.
I think it would be wise to just have Mike show her first. I mean, he's
Sure.
going to know. He absolutely knows
Yep.
how to do it correctly. So I wouldn't send her down there to figure it out.
Yeah.
Herself.
I think they do. The stuff I've gotten from the noxious weed department has instructions on the bottle and mix, so many ounces of so many gallons or whatever. But, All right, so we want to move on?
We do.
Okay. And I don't think we had any purchase requests or work orders. Okay. So we'll move on to new city business. We have the Eskridge Park Foundation requesting a CMB permit.
Move to approve.
Second.
Approved for the CMB permit for the Park Foundation. Any further discussion?
What's a CMB permit?
It's to
Cyril,
sell beer, have a
Yep.
beer garden.
Oh.
Yep.
Cereal malt beverage.
yep, for the Fall Festival.
I know, I can't believe I didn't know it either, Jim.
You heard that, look.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any further? Proceed to vote. All in favor? 4-0.
How did I not know that?
And Wildwood Cellars with a wine tasting request.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been moved and approved.
I'm a fan of wines.
All right. Theirs is pretty good too. Moved and seconded for Wildwood Cellars for same event, isn't it? It's the
Yes.
Park Foundation.
Yep.
For the Fall Festival.
Fall Festival.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Passes 4-0. And a shed permit for Allison at 212 East Second Street.
Right between the trees.
I believe it shows that it's a skid mounted as well, so again, I'm not exactly sure that even the permit was totally necessary, but
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
How's she gonna slide that thing in between them trees?
On my property.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
She's got a
Skids
plan
go this
iron,
way, not
sure.
that way.
Yeah. Come in from there. All in favor? And passes unanimously. Next is the Maddoxes, 205 South Locust.
I spoke with him just to make sure had it right as far as locations. In all of his proposed fence locations are at least 20 or 25 feet from a property line, so.
Okay.
It's no factor at all.
All right. Any further discussion or entertain a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
I'm a little slow on that.
Second.
Yeah, moved and seconded to approve the structure at 205 South Locust. Any further discussion? All in favor? And passes unanimously. Now a lake structure permit for a boat lift cover for Martin's at 90 Lakeview Drive.
I'm a little confused on this. Are they replacing one or this is a new structure?
So it's the boat lift is there. They're just
Putting
putting,
a cover.
a cover, right?
They're putting a cover over the boat.
And Robin has pictures somewhere here.
And it's not gonna be exceeding 12 foot, right?
Here we go.
In height. I didn't see anything that said the height.
It's a canvas and vinyl.
Yeah, she had pictures. Because she went and checked it out, and checked the dock out. But what did I do with them?
I'm familiar with the area and I don't see a problem, so I'll move to approve.
Second.
Provided it's less than 12 feet.
Well, she said that, didn't you say that?
I thought she had a picture here of it, but maybe it was just of the trees. Because she said that it would be approved.
Want me to make a correction?
Robin said that?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to make a correction to the height and add the height? It said it gave comparables to 3 other.
Robin knows the dimensions, and if Robin said it's good, then I trust her.
All right, I so move.
If I can't, then what is she for?
Okay, so been moved and seconded to approve the
Here it is.
boat lift cover.
I'll second it.
I knew I'd find it eventually.
Any further discussion? All in favor? And passes unanimously. And moving on to continuing business, the water and gas rate increases. Has there been any info on that front?
So we have an appointment on Thursday at 8:30 in the morning with Chris Klein. He's coming in, and Mike, Lisa, and I are all meeting with him. So hopefully after Thursday we will have a little more information.
Who is Chris Klein? He's with KRWA.
Yes.
Okay.
That was Thursday or Wednesday? Sorry.
Thursday.
Okay.
What?
Gas. Also there.
Gas and water.
Oh, he's coming in, Connie's coming in on the gas too?
Is it
No, it's just water.
That's what I thought.
correct? My bad.
And do we have any information on what we need to do for gas as far as the,
Right.
well, that's the KCC and rate case and all that?
I had the paperwork that I had given you guys at the last meeting that outlined all of the requirements. Do you remember me passing that?
Yes.
That's what we need.
Okay. Okay, so I think between now and the next meeting, we should review those and try to determine a plan of action and discuss it at the next meeting. What's the 9th of October, I believe?
Right.
Yep, okay. Yep. You guys are cool with that? Okay. Let's do that. Is there any more comments to that? Okay, if not,
Move to adjourn.
Hold on. I had something under continuing business. It's the landscape bids to finish off the landscaping around the bandstand and the new sign. And the reason why I wanted to do it right now is because I was hoping that we could talk about it and discuss what we're gonna do so that I can get back to them and possibly get some of this done before the fall festival. So that's like within the month. So I'll pass this around quickly. This is the bid for around the bandstand. I'm going to look at that. I'll pass this one around for the bid around the new park sign. And I'll briefly mention that I spoke with Mike, and there is a pit there for shut off of water right by the front of the sign. There's a hose there, so we will be able to water and maintain everything that we have or that we plant there, which was a concern of ours. So it won't be anymore. We do need to do a little bit more dirt work around where we just put the or filled in the creek there with tubes. It needs to be where it's not washing so much into the front of the sign. That will come after the sidewalk, which will be happening within the month before the fall festival. The new sidewalk on the north side will be put in.
That's been much around the band. What are you gonna put it on?
So
This is the actual, I think, third bids that we got for these projects. We've trimmed and cut out
That's about it.
stuff
At 1986,
for pricing
so.
to try to get it as cheap and as low as possible. One of the expensive things when you'll see on there is that around the bandstand and the sign is going to be Colorado cobblestone, which that is what has jacked the price up, but it won't wash away with water like the other types of gravel will, which is why we went with that, so that it would have a longer durability to it. So,
Just not flowers.
huh?
It's not flowers, it's gonna be rock.
It's going to be both.
So,
It actually will be shrubs and
Sorry, I'm asking questions. Because I didn't.
would you want to pass that down, Michelle?
Yeah.
So the bid for the bandstand would then have that adder that was in there, so the
Mhm.
56.
yeah. And they said that we could reuse the rock that's already there that we put in, which we initially put in just to save the bottom of the bandstand because there's no gutters on it. And so it was, after we had it redone, it was really kind of destroying the bottom, which is why we had to do something really quickly. And we went with the cheaper river rock there. But that can be placed somewhere else in the park that we want gravel, so that we can reuse it and not have to get rid of it.
The only thing that I'm curious about is putting barberry in the park.
Why?
Do you know what those are?
I'm familiar with the plants. I've planted them in yards. You don't like them because they're
kind of
stickery?
pokey.
Yeah. Well,
We're
nobody
talking
should
about a
be in
playground
and
for
around
kids.
that.
Maybe that's what he wants.
It's a park.
The roses are the same way though. Those are gonna bite you too.
Well, that's true.
They're planting roses. Yeah.
Even if we had that, we've come a long way since the merry-go-round death trap that we had.
And we haven't had another park board meeting to have this, but we had talked about how do I put this? Actually, I'm not going to. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm not opening any words.
I was hoping for some more color.
Or is that the bandstand? Is this the bandstand?
I mean around all of it, a little more color. I can understand some of the greenery, but
Well, perennials don't normally have a whole lot of color. The annuals is where you get a lot of your bright spring colors. Then you gotta have somebody who's gonna go out there and plant them and maintain them.
Well, we do
Weed
have
them.
the entire front of that sign is going to be an annual bed. It was planted up with something in the original plan, and we had them take all of those plantings out and just put in an annual mulched bed with, so that we could be able to plant. We just thought as a board that the more colorful, the better, so. Originally, there was landscaping behind the sign, but we took all of that out and we're gonna do it in different phases because we don't have a sidewalk behind there yet. So we didn't know how that was gonna look or even play out. Because there will be one going in possibly this month, maybe next year. Anyway. Does anybody have
Motion
any?
still stands.
Do you, oh.
Do you need
leave?
action on that or?
We need some type of action on it.
Or-
Like
or-
I said, because we're hoping to get it looking really nice for the fall festival at the end of the month. So
Okay,
that doesn't leave a whole lot of time.
is that the city spending the money or the park foundation or cost
It
share?
would be
or
the
what?
city.
Okay.
And the total, where is that? The total is 11,326. My initial question is just to make sure that we have it in the general fund to be able to spend, and it's not going to put us in a pinch or short us. And I'm not saying that we have to pay all of it. I mean, we can ask the park board to try to come up with a halvesy, or I mean, I'm on the park board and I'm on here too, so like it's flexible. I mean,
Yeah, I think 11,000 is a pretty big number for what we're getting. I don't know. That's kind of my opinion. I would be willing to do like a 50-50 cost split, but that's kind of where I'm at.
that'd be 5,500.
I'm not necessarily opposed to the entire spend. I'm just, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, and that's.
When's your next board meeting for the park?
I think it's just, I don't know because of the fall festival. I missed the last meeting, so I don't know when we set the next meeting too. We probably might have one or two before the fall festival. It's usually, I think, the second Tuesday of the month.
And that would be after our meeting the night after our next meeting, but
I agree with Justin. I'd be willing to split the bill with him.
is that,
Okay.
if you want to wait till next meeting then to take action, or
If we
Is that
just want to do one of the projects and we split that bill, whatever.
yeah, either or. I
That'd
mean,
be a
yeah,
softer blow on everybody.
yeah, one's 56.51, the other's 56.75. So yeah, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
Okay, so if we'll put it on the agenda, then I'll call them and let them know that we're still contemplating.
No, I think we're done contemplating as far as, I mean, I think that we're in agreement that we'll split the
Split it in the
bill.
middle. Mm-hmm.
Now the park board can decide, do they want to, how much do they want to bite off? Do they want to do one of the jobs or both of them?
Sounds good.
October what?
9th. Right?
I'll send it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. And
You're an hour. I like
further
when you're the
discussion. Please don't call me that.
Are we
And
supposed to
proceed
just
to vote.
look
All
over
in favor?
these?
I believe he just has given them to you to look over right now.
Okay. Because it is the time for.
Back. All right, all in favor?
Oh.
All right, there we go. Meeting is adjourned.
Looky there. Happy
Yeah.
day.
You can put that calendar, Kelly.
Yeah, I'm in shock.
Thank
I'll
you so
probably
much.
think I'm
Just in time to
hallucinating.
have to sit again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know
Not
what
as
you're
well.
getting them so early.
Now, what am I supposed to do the rest
That's the way all my systems are.
Sounds like you stopped by Julie's for another scotch.
There you go.
She's not open tonight, is she?